Hey everybody, my name is Francis, and today on March 6th, I'll be taking another private tennis lesson to help improve my backhand and my serving, particularly my second serves. By the way, I'm just experimenting with a new intro here. You can see it's like one of those like walking videos type of style for the intro, so I'm gonna give it a shot as opposed to the usual like 360 camera and just do it for like a couple of the next videos. But anyway, back to the tennis. My serve right now is either like very good or very bad when I play a match because I have two first serves, not even a second serve. And also on top of that, the two-handed backhand for me is relatively new because I used to have a one-handed backhand for I think 5 years. So I'm gonna focus on that as well to develop that top spin and just the reliability of that shot, along with like the power too, if anything. So yeah, trying to improve every aspect of the backhand for that matter. Honestly, my forehand could also use some work too, even though it's much stronger, but that's for another day, if anything. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video of my private lesson, and who knows, maybe you can learn a thing or two, right? Again, thank you for watching, and here's the lesson. So as usual, start off with some mini tennis to warm up the arms, the legs, and try to get used to that top spin a little bit. And you can see I'm kind of emphasizing the height over the net just to get that margin. Okay, maybe that one was a little too much height. But hey, that's part of the warm-up. And I could tell early on from the rallies that the coach was targeting my backhand specifically just to emphasize me working on that. And during these warm-ups, I try to focus a little bit more on the footwork, even though it might look a bit lazy. But it's very important for me, at least, to be cognizant of that and just keep the legs moving in some kind of manner. I just really hate when I stand there and look kind of silly doing nothing and reaching for the ball. Next, we continue on with the warm-up by rallying at the baseline. Again, trying to move my feet, legs as much as possible and staying light on my feet. But the bad part is that I felt like I forgot about everything that I learned last time in terms of my backhand form, not really pushing out with my left arm and just following the advice of staying sideways when it comes to the backhand side especially. Also, from just this warm-up, I was starting to get winded really quickly. Something about my conditioning, if anything, seems to be lacking. Now that I'm looking at this footage, I think definitely hitting my forehand a bit late with the contact point, not hitting out in front enough. However, today's focus will just be on the backhand side more, and yeah, just want to focus on that, at least for today. On the plus side though, I think my forehand has got some pretty good pace, good top spin, and that might be due to my extreme Western grip. On an unrelated note to my form, or maybe it's related, I feel like I can never get used to this surface. I just feel so slippery when I'm on it, and it's like being on ice skates. And it's weird too because I'd say I play here and at that other place with the red clay, Sutton, the most, both of which are very slippery, and have been playing there for quite a while but still can't get used to it. Don't know what it is. Finally get a break after a pretty lengthy warm-up by rallying and get a little bit of advice in terms of my backhand to extend, and pretty much the same advice as last time. To help emphasize that extension with the left arm, we do some medicine ball drills. This is something actually that I do at home myself to just help train with that weight transfer when making any shot, really, whether it's backhand, forehand. But I never really thought of it in terms of arm extension before, so this was pretty interesting. Even though in this clip I gotta say I'm not really extending my arm that much, but she does correct me in just a moment. But hey, if anything, still keeping those legs moving and Just trying to emphasize that all the time and have it be a habit. And there, finally, my arm extension is a little bit better and at least extending it out. And with that, we move on to some hand feeding drills where I start to do a bunch of backhands that didn't really look too smooth, as she'll point out later. I kind of, yeah, just not a very smooth movement, particularly with the preparation. But at the very least from that medicine ball drill, I was extending my arms a bit better when making contact with the shot, so probably was focusing too much on that and not as much on the preparation of the backhand enough. And here you can see that my arms are just too tense, and it's almost as if I'm trying to muscle the shots, it looks like. Yeah, with the power aspect, you can get some real power if you're loose with your arms and just let your body do more of the work. And as I was saying a moment ago, the coach is just emphasizing that my preparation for the backhand side, it's a little bit too tense, and I'm actually dropping the racket too low too quickly in that slot position. So instead, what she's trying to emphasize is for me to kind of wait a little longer and then drop, preferably after the ball bounces. I think this is also a mentality issue with me, where I just get too excited or too tense when I see the ball coming at me, and I just want to prep too early, and that impacts my form though. So we do some more hand feed drills just to make sure that I'm a bit looser when doing those backhands, and I could tell immediately that the feel of it was better as I loosened up my arms a bit and not just, you know, being so tense. Alright, so now we do some backhand drills where she does feeding from the other side of the net to simulate a more, I guess, realistic shot coming at me. Also practicing of, just for now, hitting down the line, not cross court for this particular drill. I didn't show the numerous breaks that I took, but man, was I exhausted. It's just so repetitive and kind of just non-stop. But I'm not complaining, as the repetition is what makes you better and really nails down what you need to improve on. And lastly, not hitting down the line, we go for the cross-court shots, as that's a little bit different, where I need to make the contact at a different timing. Boy, was I exhausted. Again, that repetition with just non-stop feeds can get you tired real quick. This was about the 40-minute mark within the lesson, so that's a lot of backhands within just that 1 hour lesson time frame. But with the rest of the lesson, we move on to the serves, and that is what I need the most help with. So we do a warm-up for just the serving. I do some pretty loose and light serves where I'm just trying to loosen up the shoulder and get a feel for some of that, I guess, drive and topspin. Not at all concerned about where the serve lands, just want to, you know, get that feel and warm up everything. I do some first serves as well, but I feel as if that's not what I'm actually struggling with. It's entirely the second serve that I'm struggling with. Any type of kick serve where I use topspin, or even slice for that matter. Here I make an attempt at doing a kick serve, and it just looks like a first serve, honestly. So to begin my progression of learning a kick serve, the coach brings out some towels for me to kneel on and try to do some serves with topspin by kneeling down and forcing myself to hit the serves above the net from that lower height. Again, the coach is just very much emphasizing that topspin aspect of the shot, especially when you're hitting from down on your knees. You just really don't have much of a choice when you're at that height, and just have to add that topspin to make sure that the shot lands. And I will tell you right now, I was struggling a lot with this. It is really difficult to do for me. Not only is it hard to just add the topspin, but even the tossing part itself is very hard for me. It's tough for me to just toss over my head when doing the kick serve, as you're supposed to do. From doing first serves only, it's been ingrained in my mind to just toss in front a little bit every time, not above my head, so just completely different sensation when hitting. And also from this kneeling position, the coach was telling me actually not to follow through and to kind of just end the swing in the midair with your arms out and away, which is actually really difficult for me to do. On video, you would think it looks easy, but I'm telling you, it's pretty hard, at least for myself. I don't know, maybe you guys can comment if that's true for you. And finally, we try to do some kick serves with me standing this time, and still struggling a lot, again, with the tossing aspect of the serve. Definitely not used to tossing over my head when making the shot, or even behind me. One really helpful tip, though, for the tossing was if I want to toss over my head, as opposed to having my arm that's tossing be outside of my left leg, it should be actually aligned with the line, or the service line. That way you can really have that ball go right behind you, and that way you can get that topspin. But I was just starting to get the hang of it toward the very end of the lesson, finally, after making, I think, about 50 serves. At least I was able to get that topspin sensation that you're supposed to have with the kick serve. But hey, there it is. That's the end of the lesson, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Better yet, maybe you got something out of it too and learned something. But before leaving, the coach gave me some homework to keep in mind as I keep on playing more tennis. So what would you consider to be like my homework for next time for me to work on?
Homework for sure needs to be watching Ben Shelton's kick serve.
Oh, yeah.
And Novak Djokovic's backhand. Okay, you'll see that Novak Djokovic's backhand is out in front. He has it nice and smooth, and the take back is nice and loose. And then Shelton's toss is right above his head, and he swings so fast on his second, it almost looks like a first.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a very tall bar to set, but I'll see if I can come to even a fraction of that.
You will one day. With your hard work, you definitely will get there. So, yeah, definitely.
I can dream.
Yeah, you will. All right.
I appreciate it.
All
Thank
right,
you as
of
always.
course. My pleasure.